Hello everyone, JSpeaks here. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm currently here at the Contemporary Art Museum of Raleigh at a distinct event called Melanin Motion. This event is dedicated towards celebrating wellness, self-care, and the power of mindful living. This event is brought to you by Taste of Black, an organization whose mission is to give people a taste of Black culture, represent Black chefs, and celebrate Black people. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with
Natasha St.
the owner of Spunky V. How are you, Natasha? How are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well. Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
Yes. So before we get started, please, talk to me, share with the audience, who is Natasha? Talk about your company, Spunky V, where you're located, anything that you care to share?
Yes, so I am based out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Everything that I am doing currently, for the most part, outside of, obviously we're here in the community, is telehealth, literally virtual. I have an app, so all of my coaching, I do one-on-one coaching, I do group coaching, I do 60-week challenges, which is the lifestyle challenge where I literally promote exercise, wellness, mental wellness as a lifestyle rather than just like a quick fix for a certain event or something. So yeah, everything is literally accessible right through your phone, through the website. Like, you can do my coaching anywhere. You can be anywhere and literally work out with me. I create custom programs. I do a bands class. Like today I'm here, I'm going to be doing a bands class in about 20 minutes with my resistance bands that I sell. I have apparel and gear, and I'm just really trying to target, for the most part, women, but everyone. Not just women, but definitely the women, to make sure that they take care of their mental and their physical health and just strive to be their best selves and take care of yourself, Like, you want to feel good, you look good, that's cliche, but it is true, and it definitely contributes to overall, like, mental wellness.
Absolutely. And now the full name of your company is Spunky?
It's Spunky Vigorletics.
Yes, I just want to make sure that the audience knows that. Spunky Vigorletics. So what did you go to school for?
So I went to Shaw University right here downtown Raleigh, North Carolina, the oldest HBCU in the South.
Okay.
I got my BSW, which is Bachelor in Social Work, and then I later went to get my MSW, Master of Social Work, and I am now a licensed clinical social worker. So I'm also licensed in North Carolina to do psychotherapy, and so I'm a psychotherapist, and I do telehealth.
Awesome. So what motivated you to go into that discipline?
As far as the social work and just fitness?
And fitness, and to start this business.
Yes, I definitely integrate the two because they're both like my passion overall. As far as for social work, when I was in high school, at first, I was on like the pathway to become like a CNA and like go into the nursing field, and I did that internship, and I loved, like, as far as for working with the patients and the clients, talking and engaging with them. But I didn't really care for like the direct, like, that type of work. So I'm like, I had an aunt who was a social worker, and I used to go and volunteer in her job, and so that was the path that I took as far as for college. And my professors just always like kind of drilled in us, like, go get your master's, go get your master's, go get licensed. And so that's what I stuck with, and I just wanted to make sure that I followed that path, and I was able to get fully licensed and do therapy. And social work is so broad. And as far as for fitness, like, I've always been active my whole life, not necessarily like with sports, but I was in the band. So I was literally a band dancer, but just always, active. And so after college, it's like, you finish college, you don't really have that avenue. Started working out with my girlfriends, with my homeboys, like, we literally was just out here going to fitness classes and things. And then I started just feeling the need to create my own, like a pathway for, women to have a space or just feel comfortable working out with somebody that's like-minded, and then having a space to integrate the two with the physical and mental wellness, and how mindset matters as it pertains to your fitness journey.
Talk about
it. And so in 2019, literally right before the pandemic, I came up with Spunky Vigorlectics LLC, and it's literally just been an amazing journey. I started with my resistance bands, and I just didn't have a limit. So I wasn't even training at first. I got certified after the fact as far as for a personal trainer. So I'm literally just going with the flow. It's like one of those things where you just start, and then wherever God leads you, you just keep on going. So that's what I'm currently doing.
So how many years of schooling to get all your degrees and certification?
As far as of course, BSW 4 years, and then MSW, I was in school for like 2.5 years. For the certification, that only took me about a year to complete, so yeah. And then training, I've been training for about 5-6 years now, as far as for physical and just like self-learning, self-taught things, and just experience overall. Like you have to really be physically engaged. You have to know the knowledge behind it, but you also need to be able to experience. You need to be able to move your body physically to understand the body and how it works, and like how do you need to build this muscle group, or how do you need to build your glutes, like what things you need to be doing. So yeah, definitely got some experience behind my belt.
Wow. So care to talk about some of the impact that you made in your community, or how have you seen the community accept what you're passionate about?
Yes, and so because of the fact that Spunky V is like kind of so versatile, like for my dance classes, you know, it's spunky because I'm a spunky person. I like to think that I'm a spunky person, and so I hear, right? And so, you know, I'm on the laughing side, the humorous side, the serious side with the mental health, but at the same time, even with mental health and with therapy, I literally say I incorporate humor into my sessions. And so as far as for impact, people that I have worked with, whether it was from a live class, whether it was from somebody in my app doing my challenges or me training them, and with that incorporated mental health aspect, the feedback that I have received, that I have gotten, is more so just like total life change as far as for mindset change, and of course physical appearance, literally just people reaching new limits and heights that they didn't think that they actually could, as far as for overall body recomposition and just being able to understand, and the feedback of education that was received. Like I love that people get to learn while they're also working on themselves mentally and physically. They get to have that education piece and leave with something like a long lasting. I love the people who stay with me, they don't leave, but it's more so that they have that education. I don't just want them to work out and like, oh, you squat because you squat, and I want them to know the reason of why you want to squat and that you want to push through your heels. Like, so for me, as far as for impact and the feedback that I received over these years, it's really just like total life change. And for people to have the longevity of working out, and whether it's going to therapy, doing both, like not just for a season, but for life. That's why it's a lifestyle.
Wow. So are you in this by yourself?
Yes, I am a single woman business. I'm also married, but you know, he has his own business as well, which is Thomas Photography LLC. That's the husband. He's a photographer and videographer. Yep, but we do some things together as well. He does like my videography when I do specific things or branding and everything as well.
Wow.
Yep.
So please talk about some of your wins a little bit more directly. I know that you gave a broad understanding, but talk about some of the milestones that you've hit that you're proud about.
For sure. So like from the beginning, when I first started, like I said, I started with the bands, just literally selling my resistance bands. And I always had the idea of doing resistance bands classes. And so that was like the start of it. Even though, like I said, I wanted to dib and dab into other avenues. And so the pandemic hit. And I was like in person with everything. I was training, you know, we was planning to do classes and things, and then like everything shut down. And so I quickly had to like pivot, and I started doing live Zoom classes. And of course, everybody from anywhere could join because you couldn't even go to the gym. Like, we were in a whole pandemic. So the live classes, they took off. People were literally seeing results, like people's lives was being changed, and we weren't even in the same room. And so they're like, that truly impacted me because I didn't know that I had that in myself to really influence or impact others like that. Like I know who I am, you know what I'm saying? But to actually see it happening and to hear that validation and that, you know, you contributed to that, it's like a good feeling. So the Zoom classes, they took off, and then after a while, you know, had my baby, got married and everything, like life is just really happening. And so then I got back into therapy, doing like therapy in person or whatnot in telehealth. And so that's when I came out with my app. So that was like another big win for me, to be able to actually be hands-on and monitor the clients that I'm working with, not just from a live Zoom class, but after the Zoom class is like, I can see when they complete their workouts. They can track their progress. I can help them with the nutrition piece. They can put all of this stuff inside the app, and I can literally be right there on my phone looking at them, and they can communicate with me. They're in the gym on their time. I'm on my time. So it's like freedom, but we're still all working on lifestyle. And so people from all over, anywhere, can literally download the app, you know, purchase their subscriptions or their plans or do my challenges and have accountability and have community, have like-minded women. So like those are some big wins for me for sure. And being able, the biggest one for me is really being able to bring my vision of doing resistance bands classes to life. And that's what I'll be doing today in literally a few minutes.
Wow, you
Yes.
have a lot to be proud about,
Yes.
a lot to be thankful for. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And particularly congratulations on the app. I know that that's not a small feat at all.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have my custom branded app for sure, and
Wow.
I'll literally show you really quickly.
Yeah.
This is my app right here. Spunky
Show it to the
popping
camera.
up. And this is the interface. And literally I can see my people working out when they're completing. When they are completing their workouts, they can track their meals, all of that. We have accountability groups, so everybody's just encouraging each other and just like, you know, making sure that we all stay on track. And another thing I try to incorporate or like promote is just the norm, like normalizing the fact that you're not going to be motivated all the time. Like people think because, you know, you're a fitness instructor or fitness coach or trainer that, you know, you're always motivated. That's a lie. I'm not always motivated. It's more so leaning on, for me, what I don't like to feel. And then that's where the therapeutic approach comes into it for me, because it's mindset shift, it's reframing your thoughts, it's literally understanding defense mechanisms and understanding how you don't want to feel. So for me, if I'm not motivated and I'm missing the gym for like a week, sometimes two, it's like I don't like the way that feels, like for my body, for my mind. So that's going to be my motivation to like, okay, I can take a couple of days off, but I'm not going to let this be an all or nothing thinking. I'm going to take care of my body, listen to my mind and my body, and then get back on it because it's a lifestyle. So every day is not going to be like rainbows and smiley faces. It's just more so that you know what you want to do and what you don't want to feel. So that's the motivation. It's all mindset.
Also, I have a question, because you brought up missing the gym for like a week. If you can, debunk the theory. How long must you stay out of the gym for you to lose your gains? Do you know that?
Right. You know what? That's so funny that you asked me that, because I feel like I just kind of covered that in my 6-week challenge. We had a closing program where me and another licensed professional, mental health professional, we had a program for the challengers to kind of talk about continuing the lifestyle and literally debunking certain myths. Skills, and it's like a toolbox, like your toolbox to be able to continue your journey. As far as for missing the gym, you would think like, oh, I missed a week, I missed 2 weeks, whatever, my muscle gains is gone. Absolutely not. It takes a little bit more so over like sometimes 60 days. It really depends on how much muscle you have on your body, but if you're eating right, your nutrition is good, you're eating that protein, you're getting your macronutrients, you can maintain that. Especially if people say, for instance, you have like an injury or you had, you know, something happen to where you can't be as physical in this moment. Your gains are not going to just disappear like that. It's going to take a while for them to slowly like go away. So it's like, it's a package, because you have to have the nutrition and then the physical aspect of it. You have both, like you're good. You're good. It's not just going to leave you that quickly. It will not leave you.
I'm just going off the cuff now. Speaking of nutrition, what is your opinion on fasting?
On fasting? So definitely for like, you know, religious purposes, spiritual purposes, like I'm definitely all for it. But I always tell people, if you're going to be doing a certain type of workout and exercise, fasting at a certain time may not be the best for you. If you're trying to go lift heavy in the gym and you're talking about not eating anything from this time to this time, but then you're going to be on the ground. You're going to faint. You're going to fall. My best friend, we always laugh and joke about this, because at one point in time, she was kind of fasting, but it was more so like a diet that she was on, and she was just doing like fruits. While that's like healthy, it's like with the type of workouts that we were doing, it did not mix. She was actually doing a class with me. This was like during the pandemic, and we did a live class in the mall. And after we finished the class, we went to one of the stores in the mall, and she was in line, and she got so lightheaded, and like people thought that she was about to faint and everything, but it was because of this diet that she was on, where she wasn't really getting the nutrients that she needed. So it's like, for the type of movement that we do, you have to know what you can do for that. Like, do you need to be fasting right now, or do you need to make sure that you have that protein, those carbs, and those healthy fats? For that strength training that you're trying to do, if you're trying to bulk up, you need to eat. If you're trying to lean up, you still have to eat. That's another myth. It's like, oh, well, I mean, I'm not really eating like that. I don't know why I'm not losing weight, because you're not eating. You also have to eat in order to lose, in order to gain, you still have to eat. It's all about the portions.
Absolutely. So how many women are in your community, or people, how many women are in your community?
I have literally, whether active or inactive, I have literally worked. Man, that's a hard question to answer. I know probably like hundreds of women, of course, like overall.
Wow.
Currently, probably like 30, 40 women, like actively in my groups, and spread across where there's the challenges. Actually have subscriptions for, one-on-one coaching or group coaching, but it's like always open, so it kind of varies.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes.
Well, there's no wins without challenges. Care to speak about some of your challenges that you either overcame or currently going through right now?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I was talking about the pandemic, like that was a challenge, because it was like, oh, I just kind of started my business, and like boom, now I got to pivot already. So like going from going in person and training people to like quickly doing live Zoom classes. Like that was, I'm not gonna say the hardest challenge, but it was just something that I had to like hurry up and figure out, what I wanted to do. As far as for other challenges, I wouldn't say that I've necessarily, besides for just life and being a mom, being a wife, and like also being a therapist, like I have a lot of different avenues that I'm like stepping into. And so just trying to manage all of that and being a solo entrepreneur, well, of course, I have people help me for certain situations, but behind the scenes, it's just me. And so really more so trying to navigate continuing on this journey and like not giving up, like I do pride myself in that, and other people have also kind of like shared that with me, how they just feel like I'm so consistent with my business and that I haven't really had a break. Like I haven't just had a stop to where I went ghost, or you haven't seen anything from Spunky V. Like I've always stayed active. In my 5 years that I've been in business, like I haven't really taken any breaks. Like I've had my foot on the gas and just kind of kept that going. So that's a challenging thing, because I know a lot of people it's hard. A lot of people can start a business, and then, when times get hard, or when you don't get a lot of sales, or whatever, the industry you're in, then it's like, I gotta quit. But no, it's more so like, I wanna do this. I'm gonna have my days of ups and downs, but I wanna do this, and so I'm gonna keep going. And that's just a challenge in itself.
Wow. How do you handle burnout?
Burnout, definitely working it out. Working out, because I can feel my body like becoming, whether it's anxious or overwhelmed, I can feel it. So going to the gym, getting some rest, getting off of social media, like not when I don't have to do work, like I'll post and get off, like just not like filling my mind and my cup up with too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to be able to pour it back, because the field that I'm in, I'm literally always talking and pouring into other people, so I have to make sure that I'm like pouring into myself. I have to wrap it up because I got to do my set.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, last question, please.
Pick anything?
Pick whatever you want.
Oh, listen.
And read it out loud.
If you could remove one human emotion from existence, what would it be and why? One human emotion. Probably, it's kind of tricky, but I would say if I could remove sadness, then I would remove sadness, just because I know that sadness can sometimes correlate with depression, and depression is very big, especially in the Black community, just overall. And so if that could be removed, and we could have more happiness, then that would be great. But of course, in the real world, that's not the case, and that is why I do the work that I do, because it is important to educate and to be knowledgeable about knowing the signs and making sure that you go get help, and that you're not like ashamed to express or share like the struggles that you go through, because even though everybody doesn't have like a clinical clinically diagnosed depression, you may still have depressive symptoms sometimes. Whether it's, you're a woman and, you have PMS, like our cycle that we go through every month. I speak to my clients about this all the time because of the fact that like depression and sadness and feeling like low energized, those are symptoms of depression, but it doesn't mean that you are like depressed. It's certain times of the month or whatever that you may feel this way. And it's more so like being a researcher for your body, being a scientist for your body, knowing your body so that you can know like, oh, when I start to feel like this, let me not be, too overwhelmed or, not know what to do. Let me know exactly how to approach this feeling. I can breathe in grace. I can feel my emotions with grace, but I also want to be able to take action for how I feel. So if sadness could be a way, it would be great. But because it's not, we just have to know how to like approach it. So, yeah.
Well, Natasha, you are very knowledgeable and very passionate about what you do, and I feel it. I really do.
I really do.
I'm so glad that we're able to have this interview.
No, definitely.
And I hope the audience receives what you do very well, and you continue to impact the community, and you continue to love what you do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I love what you're doing. This is beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Natasha.